What's going on, guys? It's Eric again, back with another video. As you guys can tell, I have the NFL Draft 2020 up here right now. It's just the mock draft because we all know tonight is going to be the 2020 NFL Draft. With the coronavirus kind of going on here, we're going to have to see how this teleconferencing and getting the picks in and kind of all that, how that all kind of plays out here a little bit too. That's a little bit part of the drama that kind of goes along with this thing. Uh, I kind of see it as not being a real big deal. I mean, I've used teleconferencing software for goodness, almost since its inception, and kind of I've seen it kind of grow and kind of where it's came to. I think teams can get it done here too, but it's going to be something that we're going to have to wait and see how all this comes out. Now, as you guys can tell, like I said, I had the NFL.com, the 2020 draft up here. I got the final mock draft from a guy named, let me scroll up here real quick, Daniel Jeremiah. He's an NFL media analyst. I don't know for which team that he's for, if he's just a general NFL analyst, but this is his mock draft here, and I'm going to just really kind of focus on the first three picks here, or maybe the first five, because I'm a big fan of Tua out of Alabama. I've kind of seen him play throughout his career, just kind of bits and pieces here and there, especially on CBS, because CBS kind of seems to be the affiliate for the SEC, and I've been watching some Alabama games. Not really so much like every kind of down, because Michigan is still my football team, but I've watched enough of Tua to kind of know kind of where he's at and kind of where he's sitting, and I know he's it looks like he's pretty much fully recovered from his hip injury here as well. And just before I kind of get too far into this video, I know this is a little bit different style of video than kind of like my vlog style. Well, I guess it kind of technically is kind of vlog here, but we're just kind of doing about the NFL here instead of actually going through my day-to-day kind of thing here, which that'll be coming up here a little bit later. I just kind of want to get this out here first. But anyway, let's kind of get going on here and quit jibber-jabbering here. As you guys can see, Burrow, Chase Young, and then the Lions pick at 3. I think your first two picks are pretty much going to be no-brainer picks. Um, if if Washington had the chance to get Joe Burrow, I think they would, or it could possibly be flip. Maybe the Bengals might want Chase Young. Maybe the Bengals might take Chase Young, but I don't think they're gonna kind of give up on a prospect of Joe Burrow's caliber and kind of all the adversity kind of that he went through and all that other stuff with being at Ohio State and then transferring over to LSU and winning a national championship with the LSU Tigers. I think just Joe Burrow is just probably just too good of a prospect where you pass up, and so is Chase Young for the Redskins. I don't think you're going to see really any big thing. Now I can see where the Redskins would say are going to look at offers like that, too good to be true offers, but kind of like what it says here, they just simply can't get a pass. They simply can't pass an opportunity to get the best player in the draft, and that's probably correct if you're not in the offensive line. If you need a defensive guy at that number 2 pick and you know Burrow's gone, you take Chase Young. I mean, and especially like for the Bengals. If the Bengals think Chase Young is too good to pass up, maybe they might take Chase Young. But with Cincinnati kind of needing a quarterback, I think they'll take Joe Burrow. And then we come down to number 3, where I have down here at the bottom here. And I'm going to scroll down here a little bit with the Lions right now take Jeff Okudah, a cornerback out of Ohio State. And I kind of agree with this pick, only because you really have to kind of look back to kind of see how everything kind of played out this last season with the Detroit Lions. You had, oh goodness, where do I even begin to start here, guys? You have, I think the defense didn't necessarily believe in what the defensive coaching staff was trying to instill and what Matt Patricia was trying to instill. And plus, you've got, along with, goodness, I can't even remember who they traded to Seattle. I'm drawing a blank here. Quandre Diggs going to Seattle, and then you go ahead and then you trade away Slay after the season's over with. And then, goodness, you have Kennard Leonard gone, Snacks is gone, which he wasn't happy, which I think that could have played out a little bit better, but he still, Snacks, Harrison, probably could have handled that differently. But it is what it is now. A'Shawn Robinson's gone. I think he signed with the LA Rams. I think something's going on with Luke Kennard. I can't maybe it's Luke Kennard. Maybe it's not Luke Kennard. I can't remember. But somebody else on the defensive line is has been kind of saying that they want out or they've been gone. It's just that there's too many variables on the defensive side of the ball where you just don't take uh, Jeff. Got it. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Jeff Okudah out of Ohio State. You take this player, and I think the Lions are probably going to take scenarios where they probably are probably going to want to trade back. But I don't think the Lions really have a definitive trade partner right now, or they're going to get that's not going to sweeten the pot enough for them to move out of that 3 spot. So if you're not going to move out of the 3 spot, you go to you take Jeff Okudah here with the 3rd pick. The Giants take an offensive tackle, which we all know that they need. I mean, it's no big secret that New York kind of needs that. Excuse me, kind of needs that type of player. And then we come down here to the 5th and to the 6th pick, and this is kind of where I'm going to stop here. You have Justin Herbert kind of taking at Miami at quarterback, and then you got Tua going to the LA Chargers. I kind of wanted to say San Diego Chargers because I'm always used to them playing in San Diego, but it is what it is. I think those two could probably really flip flop. If Miami is dead set on Herbert, I mean a quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, you take them there. I just based on what I've seen on Tua, I just don't see why Miami just doesn't take Tua unless they've heard something or the doctors have said something or maybe somebody's put something in their heads to not take Tua. I think Tua is the second best quarterback in the draft, if not the best quarterback. He's arguably the best quarterback in the draft here. Based on kind of how this mock draft kind of comes out, I just don't see Herbert kind of going to Miami. I think Tua goes to Miami. I think Tua is a good enough pick, and I think I know he's had his injury issues, but I mean, I just don't see why you just don't take him at the 5th pick. It kind of blows my mind there that Justin Herbert's taken at the 5th pick, and then Tua's taken right after him here. That scenario to me just seems to be, maybe it's something I'm missing here too. Maybe I haven't been paying attention like I should have to NFL football here, or to college football as a whole, being that I'm up here in Michigan and pretty much go Michigan State. But to me, that kind of seems like a head scratcher to me. I don't know. It's just my own gut feeling, my own personal opinion. I just don't think this happens here. I don't know why mock drafters are putting Tua below Justin Herbert. I just don't think Justin's that good a quarterback as Tua is. That's just my own personal opinion, guys. I just don't, and I think Tua's his hip injury and the rest of his injuries are going to be okay. I mean, we've seen him kind of move around here and whatnot. It looks like he's pretty much fully recovered. But it is what it is. And as you kind of go down here, you have a train of offensive tackles being taken. But I'm not kind of going to get into that because I don't want to bore you guys pretty much already than what I've already bored you with now. But that's kind of my feelings on the mock draft. I don't think the Lions up here at 3. I think they're going to stay at 3. I don't see them trading back to the 5th pick or the 6th pick, or some of them even have going back to the 9th. I don't think the Lions want to go back that far. I just think you have too many issues on the defensive end. We all know you could always get an offensive tackle, but I think you probably are pretty much, based on what's happened, based on what's happened all this year. I just woke up here, guys. It's not even 7 o'clock yet, and I haven't even had 1 cup of coffee yet. But with all that's transpired with the defensive players and kind of everyone kind of wanting out of Detroit, like Quandre Diggs got traded, Slay's gone. You have A'Shawn Robinson going to the Rams. Snacks Harrison's kind of moving on, which, like I said earlier in the video, I think he could have handled that better and not deceive the fan base and deceive the Lions all that well. I mean, just really come out and just tell the truth, really. Don't try to deceive and do all that stuff. It doesn't get you anywhere. And with a plethora of kind of Matt Patricia as a coach, I think is probably what's really hurting this team. I don't want to kind of get into all this other stuff with the Lions right now, but it's kind of more or less a kind of do or die situation this year for the Lions. It's even if they get to play with this COVID-19 coronavirus going on. But, I mean, I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see tonight how all this plays out. yeah, and that's pretty much my thoughts here, guys. I really don't have much else to say other than that. I just don't think the Lions kind of come out of the 3 pick. I don't think the deal is going to be sweet enough for those guys to get out of the number 3 pick, even if they have to call on the pick and they can't do it virtually over a webcam and a internet connection, which to me seems to be a no-brainer because I've done it for so long. Yeah, you have problems, but could be inexperience on their levels too of how Zoom or WebEx or Microsoft Teams works, which I use all 3 of those pretty much. I don't want to say daily, but within my interactions of each of the software, I pretty much use them daily. But anyway, guys, I'm starting to ramble on. I'll go ahead and leave it here. I hope you guys kind of like this video. I know it's kind of a little bit different than the videos that I've done in the past. I still kind of keep an eye on Detroit sports, not so much baseball. I'm a bigger Tigers fan than I am a Lions fan. I do like the Detroit Lions, and I watch the Detroit Lions. I'm just more of a baseball fan, but I like the Lions enough to where I'll blog about them here every once in a while. There really just hasn't been much to go on with everything kind of going on in the world today, so I kind of wanted to get a kind of a little sports video out here for you guys. Give this a thumbs up if you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs down if you do not. Let me know down in the comments whether or not we think we should kind of go out of the 3rd pick, where we should stay in the 3rd pick, or whether or not here that's on your screen here, whether or not Jeff Okudah is the right pick, or if there's somebody else that we could kind of get. I'm thought we might get a linebacker, but there's just too many holes here, guys. I think you got to go with a cornerback here at first to get the best player, and I think Jeff's the best player in this draft. All right, guys, I'll just leave it there. Be cool, guys. Deuces. Take care.